Hello, how are you?
I am very well, thank you. How are you?
Good. I'm really good, thank you. I'm really good. I'm looking forward to having another conversation today.
Yes, yeah. What are we talking
Yeah.
about today?
Today, I would love to talk about confidence.
Oh, I love this one.
Yeah. And I would love to just have a chat about how we build
Hmm.
confidence, what it is we do to feel confident, and just the idea that it's not something we're born with.
Yeah,
It is something we can learn. And if we're not feeling particularly confident in ourselves or the things we do, how can we start to build and grow in confidence? So yeah, just a very
yes. See,
general chit chat today.
yeah, I love it. I love it. And confidence is such a big one, I think, isn't it? I think it's a thing that I think most of us could all want more of. And
Mm,
I feel like the one thing that I didn't know for so long, I think I would have put it in a bit of a personality trait box.
yeah,
Whereas what opened it up for me was realizing that it's a skill, and for a skill, you've got to practice it and you've got to get better at it by doing it more. Um, so for me, this looked like turning some of my things that I said I couldn't do into I can do it. And this happened over time, and it started as small as I remember saying one of the things that I said I couldn't do was French plait my daughter's hair. And I always used to be, oh, I really wish I could do that. I really wish I could just do them a really good hairstyle and, just it come naturally to me. And I'd labeled it as I can't, put it in that box and just left it there. And then I went to, I spent some time with my sister-in-law, and my niece had her hair in French plait. So I was like, oh, that's amazing. How did you do that? My sister-in-law said it in such a simple way. She was like, I just literally get the hair and just fold it over. Fold it. I can't quite remember the exact words that she used, but it was so simple. And I was like, yeah,
mm,
and it just clicked with me. I was like, I'm going to give that a try. And so I did. I went back and I just thought, actually, the process of doing it, how it looks, right, I'm just going to try and see what happens. And anyway, it was not perfect. Do not get me wrong. But I did it. And I was like, oh, that's really quite interesting.
I think that's great, and I love how you've described it as a skill, because I think that is a huge takeaway from this conversation already.
Yeah.
I think is that when you position it as a skill, all of a sudden, and not a personality trait, oh, she's just a confident person, he's just a confident
Hmm.
person. When you see it as a skill, it makes it attainable,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Hmm.
If you want to other skills, you want to be a better golfer, or you want to learn how to French plait,
Yeah.
then you acquire the skills to do that.
Hmm.
And like you said, you didn't do the perfect French plait the first time, but you kept practicing like you would at any skill to
Yeah.
get better. And that's exciting, because that means that you can build and grow that
Yeah.
skill of confidence.
And
And it's there for anybody to get.
yeah, definitely. And I think even that seems like such a small thing, like a day to day, oh, I can French plait now. But in actually going, I've told myself I can't do that for so long. I'm actually quite proud that I just gave it a go.
Mm,
Like that reinforced something in me that was like, what else can I do that I've told myself I can't? And I genuinely think this started from there, and I built on it and built on it. And I just got a bit curious about what can I actually do if I can do something like that I've put in that box for so long. What more can I do? And I think it opens that box, doesn't it? And like you say, you can start to work on things, or it's not about putting confidence in a box and saying I'm not confident. Like, what can you do to build that trust up within? Because that's what it was. It was within me. It wasn't like that I can then go around saying, oh, I can French plait now. I don't want me to do your French plait. It was literally about inside proving to myself that I've done something that I thought I couldn't do. And that was really, really powerful.
and that's it, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. And touching on that is that's the building bricks of it, isn't it? It's that, like you say, that trust and growing that belief in yourself by following through, by practicing, and by showing yourself you can do it. And also, you know, you've expressed there's a big shift in language. It comes down to our words and our language that we use internally. From if I go out and think I can't do something, then I'm not really going to be in the right mindset to be doing it, and I'm not really setting myself up to give it a go. If I kind of go out there and think I can't do it, I've kind of wrote it off already. And therefore, to gain confidence when I don't think I can do something, it doesn't match up, does it? So I think our language, when it comes to confidence, plays a huge part. It's how we talk to ourselves internally. And I think it's kind of a combination of both. It's like the doing of and the internal language, but then the doing of. It's like, well, I can do it. Let's take the French plat, for instance. Okay, so I'm shifting my language. I can do it. Then I do it, and I practice it, and I'm prepared to put the effort in to build that skill. And now I'm proving to myself that I can do it. So I believe I can do it, and I'm building that trust, and I'm following through. And I think when I think of myself and how I see myself as being confident in certain situations, then it is an inner belief of like that trust and that belief of, I can. But only through that practice of telling myself and practicing and building on that I believe that I can. If that makes sense.
I'm
just repeating myself and going around in circles there. But
it's interesting because there was something I think we both saw. I can't remember where we read it, but it was, we spend the majority of our adult life letting ourselves down because we tell ourselves we're going to do something and then we don't do it and we don't make it a thing. And as much as that could be simply, right, I'm going to drink more water and I'm going to keep it up, and then you don't, like internally, you are letting yourself down and you're losing that trust within. And that's where the confidence comes from, isn't it? So I've definitely learned that to build my confidence, when I say I'm going to do something, I've got to do it. And I think that push of, I'm not letting myself down anymore. Like I am going to do the things that I want to do and that serve me and that fill me with self-love or self-care and fill my cup. And it's just much more than feeling like you can go out in a room and speak to 100 people, isn't it? Like, I think we kind of think that that's like a confident person, but it's not. A confident person is someone
you're
who,
right, and that's
is someone who knows who they are and what they want, what they're doing, and they can go out and live their life without all of these thoughts that kind of hold us back. And don't get me wrong, there'll always be new ones that pop up to say hello. But to be confident, we've got to work on ourselves and go inwards, haven't we?
Having that belief in ourselves and our own abilities is part of the confidence building. And like you said, following through, not letting ourselves down, that helps build the confidence. And I also think about when I'm most confident, I'm confident when I know what I'm doing.
Yes.
So in like a practical way, let's say, like when I'm waitressing at the restaurant, I feel confident because I know what I'm doing. But I didn't the first time. I didn't the first time. I wasn't born, if I do say so myself, an amazing waitress. I wasn't born. I didn't come out with a notepad and pen to take people's order. I wasn't born that way. The first time it was pretty scary. Going up to people you don't know, the general public, and serving them and kind of engaging with them, building rapport with them, making sure they have an amazing experience with you. That takes a lot of confidence, a huge amount of confidence. But so I wasn't, born like that. And I remember waiting on for the first time in my early teens and just being absolutely petrified and feeling like I haven't got the confidence to do this. But I did it. And
yeah,
as we build the confidence, it is being prepared to step out of our comfort zone,
mm-hmm.
and it is being prepared to build that skill. And it does feel a little bit uncomfortable,
yeah,
but the more and more we do it, like I'm literally now waiting on, oh, I love it.
yeah.
Love to go up to people I don't know and strike a conversation with them. So just to reflect on that, I feel confident when I know what I'm doing,
Mm-hmm.
but I have to start somewhere, and I start with not knowing. And I think it's allowing yourself to let go of that fear, because it's okay if you do mess up. Like, it's okay because you're doing it the first time. You are a beginner.
Mm-hmm. Something you said there just struck a chord with me as well, that actually kind of we're both 30s, aren't we? And I wonder whether there's something in the fact that at this point in life you do kind of lose some confidence, because I suppose you push yourself in the beginning, don't you? Because you push yourself through like university, you push yourself in terms of getting a job, or all these different things, whether you've started a family, obviously that's another like, or any of those things, and then it kind of mellows, doesn't it? And you've lost, I suppose, that push. So you've kind of pushed your comfort zone in your 20s, you've done it, and you started to get confident in those, and then you get into your 30s and everything has kind of calmed, and you're in your comfort zone of family life or of work life, and you've been doing it for a while. But then we all need that growth, don't we, to then push through to the next thing, and it does take that comfort zone push to then again build your confidence again. And I love that like your comfort zone just expands with you. And it's like, because obviously I recently got to that point where I felt my comfort zone needed to expand again, and it was scary, but we do it. We've got to do it.
It is scary, but to build, we have to. And I love that you just said that about like reflecting on ages, because I've definitely a live example of where I have lost confidence over the last few years is driving. When I got past my license, I was 18 when I passed, and in my early 20s, mid 20s, I'd just drive around, sensible driver. But I'd mom, dad, like if my mates were away at uni up in Nottingham or wherever, I'd get in the car on my own. I'd be like, I'm just popping to Nottingham to see my mates at uni. My mum and dad's face like, oh, are you sure? Are you okay on your own? I was like, yeah, no problem. Like, I'd jump in the car and just go, and have all that confidence in my ability to do that. Now, since having the kids, I don't know if that's just a thing. Having the kids in the car makes me less confident because I'm just so super, super careful.
Yeah.
But I definitely know I've been driving a lot less than I used to.
Yeah.
So I walk where we're located. I can walk so many places. So if I reflect on where I am now to where I was, say, sort of 10, 15 years ago in terms of driving, the amount I drive is a lot less. So now when I do drive far places, if we go on holiday to Cornwall or something and I'm on busy motorways, my confidence is nowhere near where it used to be. But that's because I'm doing less of that thing. Yes. And I think that's a good way of looking at it, isn't it? Like, the more you do of a thing, the more confident and more comfortable you become in it. The less you do of a thing, the less comfortable, the less confident you are. So it's, what is it you want to get confident at? Where and how and why do you want to feel confident? And it's going to be a bit uncomfortable. Yeah. But it's do it and do more of it until that confidence grows.
I love that. And driving's a great example, because obviously lockdown, none of us have driven. And I found that as well, that I hadn't driven at night time. And I was like really nervous when we were driving back from Leeds one day. And I was like, I've just not driven with like lights on, or like, and it was crazy. One of the other examples that I thought I'd just bring up as well was for me coming out of motherhood and being less confident in how I looked, and obviously I had 2 C-sections and kind of gained a lovely little pouch over the top that that obviously, I mean, it's there. I've learned to love it. Like now, I think I am at the point where I want to get a little bit more confident in terms of I don't know, I am ready to exercise a bit more, I think, and just to firm it up a little bit, because I feel confident in it, but I'm just ready for that next part, I think. And I've only, obviously this is only getting to this point now. What am I now? 5 years in. But I remember going through feeling really unconfident in clothes, and I had to really think about that and be like, how can I get more confident in that? And I actually remember doing a post on Instagram where I went through my wardrobe and I basically chucked out anything that didn't go above my knees or anything that I put on that, you know, when you get that feeling that you're like uncomfortable before it's even hit your skin, like, you know, it's too small, or it just doesn't sit nicely or anything like that. And it was quite a big thing then, but I remember getting rid of all those things. And one of the big shifts that I have made, and I've recently bought a pair of jeans that isn't elasticated waisted, but I bought elasticated waist jeans, which thank goodness were a thing, because if it had been the skinny jeans trend, like when I come out of that,
God help us.
I know, sometimes, you know, when you think when my mum was growing up, what the outfits were like, I'm like, God, I wouldn't want to wear that now. But yeah, so I felt really lucky for that. So I just made that shift, and I thought, you know what, I'm not wearing anything that feels uncomfortable around my scar.
Yeah.
And I grew in confidence in myself because I felt better. And I think sometimes we can think it's about losing, obviously, like, losing the weight. I've got a little bit of weight that I could lose now because I don't feel brilliant right at this point in time, and I'm working on my fitness. But it's about how you feel inside. Like when you put your clothes on, I think makes a huge difference. Yeah, so elasticated waist jeans for the win. I've recently bought another one that another pair that were my first pair that aren't elasticated waist, and I save those for special occasions.
Not ones for when you go for the carvery jeans, where you know you need some space after you've
but we all find
your,
different
cauliflower cheese and...
we all find different things comfy though, don't we? Like, I mean, I think I am, and I kind of I got comfortable being someone who likes, I mean, I'm even in them today. I've got my elasticated waist numbers on. So yeah, I think my point in that is how you feel.
Yeah, how you feel is really important, especially when it comes to confidence, because I'm sure a lot of our listeners can relate to feeling confident in their own skin. And just quickly to touch on that, I think when you are happy inside, that confidence reflects on the outside, and it's doing the inner work that we do in our membership that helps with all that, to sort of love, accept, believe in yourself unconditionally. So but that's probably another conversation, I feel.
I think it is, isn't it?
And loving and accepting ourselves.
But
we could definitely chat for hours on that.
Yeah, you're definitely right on that. And I think it does start within, like, and it's these little things that we can do to build that trust first now, isn't it? And so I think the takeaway would be to all of our listeners that if there's something that you have told yourself for a long time that you can't do, just give it a go. Have a little change of perspective on it and just give it a little go. And it could be something as small as a French plait in someone's hair. It really can. But feel proud in that, and really, really sit in that moment of pride and realize that you're more capable than you realize right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, start building that trust from within, and know that confidence is a skill that can be obtained through practice and time, which is really exciting.
Yes,
really exciting, because it means you can build on it and work to get it and increase it. So
definitely
amazing,
brilliant. Well, thank you so much.
As always, it's been wonderful.
Yes, it has.
Wonderful to chat.
It has. Thank you so much to everyone for listening. And we also wanted to say, didn't we, that if you are enjoying the show, we would so appreciate it if you could leave us a little review or some stars. It helps the show go a little bit further and help more people. So if it's helped you, we would love it if you could pass that on by reviewing or sharing on social media. So thank you so much.
Sharing to help others. Yeah, amazing.
Brilliant.
Speak to you soon.
Speak to you soon, everyone. Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.